Hi, welcome to the Powerful Marketing Tips podcast. Today we will show you a very exciting topic because we will talk about how to build effective marketing, sales, or business operations systems, pretty much. Right, Laura?
Let's do it. And when you say systems, I feel that it can sound a bit scary for many people because I think that many marketers and also business owners and people in general think that, oh, I'm not a systems like person. It's too restrictive or I'm not that technical and I'm more of a, going with the flow and very creative. And I think that you can be very creative and still be very systematic because you need systems to be consistent.
Yeah, that's true. And don't worry, we get that worry. And that's why we have created this step-by-step framework inside Powerful Marketers Hub, because we want you to build simple, practical systems that you can really use, right? And we will walk you through that today here. And we will also give you an access to Powerful Marketers Hub so you can try it out later on. So stay tuned. Laura, will you please walk us through?
Let's go. So inside the Puff Marketers Hub, we have a few different rooms, and these rooms are just focused on core topics, and we are all there to make it happen and take action together and share our experiences. Because again, I feel that for most people, it's not about not knowing how to do something or not being motivated, because we all want to create like good things in our life. But often it's a matter of not taking the time or feeling alone in it and then not knowing where to turn to or who to ask for help. And we are really here just to provide this safe space where we can all discuss our ideas without the fear of someone saying like, oh my God, how did you not notice? This is so like basic knowledge. Because we are all here to build our businesses and live a beautiful life. So let's start with systems and productivity room. And we have a few materials here, starting with the how to get started. So 8-step framework, which is here just to inspire you first and foremost. And remember why most people struggle with consistency, because I feel like we are getting so easily distracted, with those incoming messages and emails. And then you have all of those urgent tasks and then you lose focus. And that's why you need systems, because systems can get you back on the right track and move towards your goals.
So we don't want to be like a hamster in a wheel going crazy every day. We want to work smarter, not harder.
Yes. And what makes a system effective? Of course, it has to work for you. What may work for me may not be helpful to you. And that's okay, because we are all very different. But essentially what you have to figure out is you have to understand why do you need this system, or what is the goal? What do you hope to achieve? And this system has to save you time and mental energy so that you don't have to start every week again reinventing the wheel, thinking, okay, what do I have to do now? How does it work? And the system has to enable you to deliver those repeatable results. And of course, also be flexible enough to grow with you, because this also happens. You evolve all the time, you get new ideas, you develop as a person, and you don't have to get stuck in the way how things were maybe 2 years ago. But you have to just improve your system. So to help you do that, we have created the systemic framework, which is, again, an abbreviation of different keywords to remember when figuring out what system and how to build it. So first of all, this is for set the vision. So what are you trying to achieve with that system? An example would be, we want to publish content weekly without burnout. So we want to have consistent content and not feel stressed. That's a very easy goal, and I think many marketers relate to that.
I just wanted to say that you can pretty much copy-paste that idea for your marketing, and we love if you do that, because we are all about repurposing and reusing ideas.
So once you have that vision clear in your mind, then it's about thinking through your workflow. So if you think that, oh, I don't have any workflows, then actually you do. You do like those steps again and again and again every week. What are those steps?
So everything that you repeat from day to day or from week to week or from month to month are already part of your workflow. You just haven't really thought about it like that. But it's essential because it really saves you time and you don't forget things and you don't do as many mistakes oftentimes. So that's why you need workflows and checklists. And it's, of course, if you want to go on a holiday, for example, or if a new team member joins the company or you have new external partner, for example, it's very easy to, delegate things and if you have ready to use workflows already.
Yep, that's true. And the workflow can be very simple. Again, one basic example that I think most marketers can relate to is, for example, if you create an article. How do you create an article? What goes into this? You have to look for inspiration, step one. Then you have to, if you use AI, for example, then you have to give those ideas to AI. Then next step would be to go over that text. Then you have to look for those images, and then you have to upload it, then you have to post it on social media. So this one blog post can have like 7 or 10 steps that you have to do every single time. And the same is with like social media posts. You have to have like either you have to take a photo or a video, or you have to create a design, then you have to create the copy, then you have to upload it, then you have to engage with comments, then you have to maybe you are using an ad or something. So there are many steps actually, which most people don't think of and just think like, oh, it's just part of the thing that I do like all the time.
And we assume that how much can it take our time? It's so easy. Actually, you can spend a day, just writing a blog post and doing some social media posts, but it doesn't need to be like that. You need to work smarter than not harder.
Yes. So once you know your vision and you are clear on your workflow, then that's where the fun part begins. You can select your tools. And even if you don't want to use any tool, you don't have to. But a tool can also be a Google Sheets document or a Word document, just some place where you document everything. But of course, there are a lot of tools available on the market, and many even for free, which I really recommend using because it just makes life a lot easier. And we will also share some ideas about the project management tools later on. So once you are clear about the tools, then it's about really just getting started testing it. Because again, I think that very big like bottleneck or something that holds many people back is trying to build this perfect system. But you never have time to build this perfect system. So you keep postponing it, and it never happens. So even if you don't know how to build this workflow or what are all the steps, then think of the first 2 steps or 3 steps and start with that. And then once you have mastered those first 3 steps, then you can add more steps. Just start.
Yeah, if you take the first step, then you will probably start seeing next steps.
Yeah.
Before taking that, you can't see it. That's why we don't start, because we think that we should know all the steps. No, you shouldn't. Just start, and I promise you, you will find the way how to go there.
That's true. So once you have established that mindset, it's about establishing the documentation. So this is what you described before. Yeah. So creating checklists or video recordings or just writing it down. Like, how do you look for information? What tools do you use? How does the process work? Because everything that seems very logical to you is not probably that logical to another person who doesn't think exactly like you. And they don't have to think like you. It's okay. So just don't assume that people think exactly the same way as you do.
Assuming is the mother of all
Evil.
Problems
Yeah.
we have. Let's be honest, because we always assume that people think the same way we do, and we assume that they understand the systems we use or what we want to use, and this is where all the misalignment usually starts.
Yeah, that's true. Another good example of that would be if we have a team meeting and then we discuss those ideas like, oh yeah, we should create this post or yeah, let's host this event. And then everybody's on board and really excited. And then we come together next week and we're like, okay, so what's the progress on that? Who had to do it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we didn't agree on the roles and about the due dates and all of that.
So clarity really is the foundation of a very good system. So once you have that documentation in place, then you can make it smarter with AI. So really think how AI can assist you so that you don't have to do as much manual work.
And don't be afraid of using AI. We have a separate podcast episode about this, so we can put this one also next to this episode so that you can find this episode where we talk about how to start using AI without being overwhelmed. So don't worry, you got this covered as well.
Yes, and we also have a separate AI space inside the hub. So don't be afraid of AI. It's here to help us. But the next step is about integrating metrics. So how can you tell if a system is working or not? You need to define those like key success metrics, whether it's sales numbers is like the easiest metric, but it can also be website visitors or leads or email new subscribers and so on. So just define what is that metric that you will start tracking, and then you can see if that consistent system will help you improve that metric. And the last step is continually improve. So that's the systemic altogether. So remember that the system only works if, first of all, you use it, and second of all, you have to maintain it, because what can happen is that you evolve and you have new tasks, new things that come up, and if your system doesn't also evolve with you, then you may feel at some point like, okay, this system doesn't work, but you can upgrade it on the go. So now that we are clear on the systemic framework, let's talk about more practical steps. So how you can actually start building this system. So one of the, I would say, most popular tools that we have had like of all time is our strategy tool and 12-month marketing plan, which is built in Google Sheets, and it has a lot of helpful information there for you already, and you pretty much just have to fill in the blanks. And this helps you gain that clarity that you have to have for your marketing strategy anyway. And there you can also create your 12-month action plan. So what has to happen in January, February, March, and so on. And also track your budget and costs and metrics. So everything is in one place. And we also have a tutorial on how to use this tool, because disclaimer, it can be a bit much at first, but in any case, you have to figure out, you have to work through those steps. Even if you don't want to use that Google Sheets document, you can, use a whiteboard or something, but you have to go through those steps anyway. And you can also ask AI to help you. You can give them all the questions and the steps that are in that document and explain to AI what is your target audience, business model, and so on. And then AI can help you refine that strategy, asking you the right questions and also sharing some ideas. So if you feel stuck, then go to AI for help, for brainstorming help.
I use it a lot as a brainstorming partner, having so much fun.
Same. So once you have that strategy really worked out, then the next step would be to create a good workflow. So what is a good workflow? It's simple, it's time-based, so you have to know when those steps have to happen. It's role-based, so who is responsible for what? And of course, it has to be repeatable and ideally connected to your different tools so that you don't have to jump from one tool to another. So where can you define your workflows? This, again, depends on your personal preference, whether you are a more analytical person, then you may choose, for example, Google Sheets. Or if you are more a visual person, you can use, Trello or Miro even. Canva has like this whiteboarding opportunity as well. So just think what system or tool or style works for you, and then just write down all the steps. And we also have this Google Sheets template that we have made available, where you can define the tasks, the start date, due date, who's responsible. And if you put in the right start and due dates, then it also creates automatically this timeline that you can track. So you don't have to have like this external tool or software if you don't want it. But of course, it can be there to help you. And another thing is to, again, try out the AI. So custom GPTs are there to help you. So if you explain to AI what is your workflow, then it can also take care of some of the steps for you. So you don't have to worry alone. And talking about those different tools, so some project management tools that you may consider. Trello, I think, is one of the most common ones.
Notion as well.
Notion is also.
Monday, quite
Asana.
popular.
So there are a lot. And before you commit to like any tool, then my advice would be to really like think through those first steps, like what's the workflow, what do I need to do, and
What are the features you need?
what are the features
Because
you
you
need
don't
exactly.
need all the features all the time. And before jumping into decision to buy this paid version, make sure to try out a few of them, and you will get to see what are the features you need and so on.
Exactly. But if you want to start with Trello, for example, then you can create a copy of a Trello board that we have created, which actually syncs very well with the strategy tool, which I explained in the first step. So you can use this to add due dates, add team members, create checklists, add like all the information about that specific task in
Add
one
comments
place.
and questions and-
Yeah, and it's very convenient because then you will have everything centralized and all the team members can access the same information, and you don't have to jump from like email to another where you host all of your information. But last but not least, so how to ensure success and how to keep your systems running smoothly. Because I think that this is also a very important step that many don't think of, because they have, created this system and then they're like, okay, now it's done. Now I wait.
I can go to holiday.
Yes, and everything will happen now.
Really?
But usually, it doesn't. So you have to maintain your system and make sure that everything is working smoothly. No matter how fancy or how much it costs, no fancy tool can do like that thinking and planning work for you. You still have to be the one behind the driving wheel, and you have to know where you're going, and you have to update like all of those cards and workflows, add the new due dates and so on, and you have to follow that system. Because if you don't follow that system, then it doesn't make sense to have that system at all. So what can help here is, for example, tracking your time with Toggle or other similar tools.
Please do that just for 1 week, and I promise you, you will be surprised what you will find out about using your time.
Yes, and tracking your time also helps you be disciplined, because how tracking your time works is that you pretty much just write down what I'm doing and then press play like on this stopper button, and then you press stop once you finish. And if you are prone to multitasking, then this will discipline you, because you don't want to change like your time entry like every 2 minutes. So then you will really take that focus down, like, okay, I'm right now working on this strategy for, 2 hours or so. And then you may have like this email time or ongoing tasks time later, and then you can patch all those ongoing tasks together and have like this one focus time session. But in any case, just some very basic recommendations about creating and maintaining that habit of a good system is, first of all, have this quarterly like a strategy day or strategy session where you really work through like, okay, where am I right now? What are my biggest priorities? What are the next steps that I need to take, and so on. So it's like, if you clean your apartment, maybe you have like the spring cleaning or something. So it's like spring cleaning for your system, but do it every quarter.
Yeah, and don't overcomplicate it. Just do it, as you were, discussing this with your friend.
Yeah.
Just try to be clear and make sure to come back to review your system, because otherwise it doesn't work, as you just said.
Yeah. It's better to be honest and maybe postpone some tasks to next quarter than be like overwhelmed and not do anything because you're so overwhelmed you don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Like if you can't do 10 projects, even doing 2 projects like fully is better than having like 10 very crappy projects, I think.
That's very well said. And make sure you focus on consistency, not perfection.
Yeah.
Because you are not perfect. Nobody is.
That's
true.
But
of course, we are aiming to that. And once your system is already clear and well thought through, then execution becomes so much more easier. So you are not then starting from zero every time again. You are, checking in your system. And as promised, if you want to follow and build your systems with us, make sure to go to the Powerful Marketers Hub and use the keyword podcast. That gives you full access to everything what Laura just showed you for the whole month. So yeah, everything is ready for you here, templates, tools, workflows, discussions. You can even copy-paste some of the prompts and ideas we had here, fully guided. Anything to wrap it up, Laura?
Just come and get started, because starting is usually the most difficult step. It's like going to a gym, like getting off the couch is the most difficult step. So just get started, and like you said before, once you take the first step, you will see the second step, and so on. And no one wins alone, and that's why we have this hub and community, and we are just there to share our experiences and discuss, and I think that through those discussions, very valuable ideas can be born.
Amen to that. So thank you, and we'll see you inside the Powerful Marketers Hub.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.